We are in Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, attending ITB Asia, and we have the pleasure to have with us Ms. Joyce Wang, Executive Director of Messe Berlin, Asia Pacific. Thank you for being with me, first of all.
Thank you for coming to Singapore.
So the theme of the travel show this year is about innovating for tomorrow.
Yes.
So can you give me some more information about the value you offer to the exhibitors this year?
For sure. So we have TravelTech Asia. It's a huge market for ITB Asia. Hence, we grew out a geo-clone the show to TravelTech Asia. The value in extent, we do see digital transformation being a very big part of the show. We do see a need for our exhibitors to be out there, to embrace innovation, to talk about big data, to do data-driven decision making. So that is one of the key aspects that we'll be addressing in the conference session. On top of that, the best value is the business, the B2B business. We have business matching system going on for all 3 days. Just last year, it's over tens of thousands of business matching. On the next 3 days, I will be happy to share with you some wonderful numbers on Friday. So basically for the next 3 days, we are looking at connections, business networking, and of course to have as many contracts signed as during ITB Asia.
How many buyers you have this year?
So for last year, we have about 1.3. This year, definitely we're looking at more.
Okay, excellent. So the industry is facing a lot of challenges this period. Climate change, geopolitical conflicts, even AI is developing very fast. So how is ITB Asia addressing these issues?
So essentially for ITB Asia or the other 3 brands, which is My Show and TravelTech Asia, we don't see this as a challenge per se. So sometimes I would encourage exhibitors to embrace the change and to adapt. So if we're talking about AI, there are chatbots. There is this new technology that's up and coming now, which is AI. How do they plan your travel itinerary, taking over maybe brick and mortar, the traditional way of us doing travel planning. So how do we as consumer to leverage on this technology, and how do our customers, which is the tourism boards, or for example the DMCs or the hotel, how do they get into this tech and to embrace destination marketing or to improve their operational efficiency, or of course make data-driven decisions.
How you use artificial intelligence yourself?
To be honest, my headshot is AI-driven.
Okay.
So I was just actually talking to the team a couple of days ago. I don't have a professional photo.
All right.
And I was just running throughout the next 3 days for meetings, and I don't have time for professional photo. I went on to ChatGPT and I just asked a question, can you do a AI headshot for me? I need it to be realistic, I need it to be professional, and I need it to represent the ITB brand. And within 3 hours, I have the photo.
I think will be failure, cannot make you better than you are, for sure.
But I definitely have an appointment with the photographer for a real one. But definitely, AI has always been part and parcel of our lives. Even for myself, when I travel, sometimes I will use AI for Google Translation, or sometimes I'll ask AI for the itinerary planning, currency exchange, best practices, or even just the cultural related information.
So there is a lot of technology coming. Some of this technology is coming to the events area. So virtual events are growing a lot, especially during COVID. They grew a lot and they're still here.
Good point,
So this makes you worrying a little bit about the future of travel shows? Do you have discussions on how you have to adapt in the future?
So in terms of adaptation, very, very good point that you mentioned. So face-to-face travel has always been, the heart of ITB Asia. Over the pandemic, there is a rise of virtual or even hybrid models. Yes, there is this setting, but nowadays we do see a need in the face-to-face interaction for high quality interaction between, me and you, for example, having this conversation face-to-face, having a meal, having a relationship. So this is something that over time we realize is indispensable. The relationship or the serendipity of like B2B connections, that's something that's irreplaceable for our industry. And going back to our industry, which is travel trade, it's all about hospitality. It's about feeling, having our senses, tangalized and being recharged for to see a new destination or to just do a road trip.
So you don't feel that there is any threat, let's say, for the travel trade
No, but I
shows
do
in the future?
embrace virtual events or a hybrid as an extension of the arm. But we do see a uptake in actually coming back to face-to-face travel trade shows. Hence, we actually launched Travel Meet Indonesia just a couple months ago.
So we are in the Asia Pacific region,
Yes.
which is a very competitive
Yes.
and is developing very fast. What do you think are the future developments that we can expect and the trends we can expect here in this part of the world?
I have two words for you:
Okay.
sustainability,
Yeah.
as well as digital transformation.
Okay.
So, like Asia Pacific, if I may say, we are still a booming market. So some of us are at different stages of development. Singapore, it's highly developed. We are at the forefront of having all the new technology, adaptation, as well as embracing business efficiencies. But we do have a lot of other countries or our neighbors who are still in the midst of achieving such level, and we're all very hungry in finding that niche of where do we sit in the travel trade space. So essentially, what I feel the biggest trend is for all of us to see what are the technology that we have that improves ourselves, even as an exhibition organizer or even for yourself, as a traveler. So how do we improve ourselves? And next would be there is a rise in eco-travelers. I do see an increase in sustainable or people who are eco-conscious in their traveling. They are looking at lesser waste, lesser carbon footprint, going green. So that's something that we are actually looking at also for travel trade.
So since you mentioned sustainability is a big trend,
Yeah.
how is ITB Asia implement sustainable
Yes.
practices?
Yes.
How you make the travel show more green?
Yes. So
Practically.
yes, of course, we lead by example.
Yes, yes.
So I think like the biggest, we talk about trade show, there's always build-ups. And you see the booths, it's made of wood. Wood comes from trees.
Yeah.
And so we work with Pico, which is very close contractor of ours. So they do have a wood wastage program whereby they recycle the wood that's been waste during the show. So that's one. Another one is our fridge forwarder, Schenker. They are on 100% electric vehicles for local deliveries. So that's a plus for us. And lastly, as I said, we lead by example.
Yeah.
The booth that it's ITB owned, which is our sales office, some of our amenities, is 100% sustainable materials. Yeah.
Budgets are still plastic and paper.
Yes, good point. So if you are looking at the registration, there is
Yeah.
a box for you to recycle this, as well as your lanyards.
All right.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
an initiative by the venue, Marina Bay
Great.
Sands, for us too. Yeah, so we are very thankful for the partners that we have,
Excellent.
STB, the venue, our local contractors in supporting this cause, and also to driving like a greener and a better future for travel trade or even exhibitions.
So what can we expect for the next year, for 2025 show?
Yes, so we are looking at increase in expansion, of course. We are looking at expansion in more of the travel sector, travel trade. Essentially, we are looking into having, of course, more halls. I'll be sending you more information in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are looking also have a very increase in the buyers that's coming down to ITB Asia. So we do have MICE, corporate and leisure buyers. So we are definitely investing more in Asian outbound, having them coming to ITB Asia as the platform and the must-to go-to event for Asia travel outbound.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.